Good to have you back with us right here on BNSN, the stock game. We've of course got the markets holding up very smartly. We've got the benchmark indices all higher by about 0.5%. But the big losers then, they deserve a mention because we've got a Reliance Communication that's hit a fresh low in the session today. It's currently at about 53.35. We've also got a Rail Power that's seeing some bit of pressure build in. It's off by about 1.5%, but not to worry. We've got fair bit of support still coming in from the defenses. A Ranbaxy continues to take it away higher by about 3% at this time. A Wipro at about 361.90. That's the last trade on that particular name. But let's talk to Darshan then for more details on what's happening with the futures and options segment. Darshan, hi. We've scaled that 54.50 mark for the August futures, so it looks like a strong expiry is on the card next week.
It seems like Mega, but at this point of time, all trends are indicating a very bullish trend. But more importantly, the trends do suggest is a very strong foundation, because at every level what we are seeing is that puts are being written at every level, right from 5200 right up to levels of 5400. If you see today, close to 8 lakh shares have been added as far as open interest is concerned. That's 3% open interest addition. And in terms of total open interest, 5300 almost 1.7 crore shares, and 5400 which above which the Nifty is trading, that has added into the total open interest is almost 86 lakh shares there. And on the call side, it's the 5500 call, 1.1 crores, 1.01 crore shares. So at this point of time, the first resistance for the market seems at 5400. So if that gets taken out, the markets could be headed for much higher levels. But at this point of time, trend is bullish. What we saw today, 6 lakh shares added on the 5600 call. But on the put side, action is much more. 5400 added in 5 lakh shares, 5500 added in 6 lakh shares. So as we speak, the support is getting very strong for the market. The foundation is very strong at 5300, 5400. Very difficult for that to breach. But everyone's just waiting for the 5500 to be broken, which could see new highs for the Nifty. In terms of stock specific, Opto Circuits is the one which is seeing open interest up almost 20%. Fresh short seen on the counter for the past 2 days. Ranbaxy, open interest up 17%. Fresh buying is seen post the comments that came in yesterday in terms of stopping some non-profitable products in the US. Hindustan Zinc, fresh buying, again news based in terms of Anil Agarwal and Vedanta saying that they will hike stake at a much higher level. Tata Motors is seeing fresh shorts, open interest up 9%. Short covering seen in Videocon and Suzlon, and long unwinding is seen in United Spirits and Jet Airways.
Okay, thanks very much, Darshan, for giving us the latest in the F&O space. So looks like it's going to be a pretty strong end to the expiry next week. But time then to get on board our experts on the stock game and tell you what exactly it's all about. We have 3 experts. They join us from Monday up until Friday, and they are given a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees. What do they do with this money? Well, they create a portfolio with a total of 4 stocks, selecting only 1 stock from the F&O space. To make things more exciting, a compulsory turn of 2 stocks is required every single day. If there's a sell call in the cash market, that too is replaced by a new stock. And it's at the end of the week that we'll tally up who has the strongest portfolio, whose strategies have worked bang on, and that person is the winner of the stock game. So let's get ready to play. We've got our 3 contestants standing by. Sanjeev Agarwal, Managing Director, Dynamics Research and Capital Management, joins in. Vishal B. Mulkan, Trading Coach at Mulkan's View, will be with us on the phone line. And finally, Rakesh Gandhi, Technical Analyst, LKP, is also with us. Gentlemen, great to have you with us, and thanks very much for joining in. We'll get straight to your trading ideas, but not before Megha walks us through what happened to their portfolios yesterday. Very dull day on the markets.
Absolutely, and dull it was from the portfolio end as well, because Vishal continued to maintain that lead, and we had Sanjeev and Rakesh's portfolio that looked like it was in a bit of trouble. So let's take you through the individual performance nonetheless. Sanjeev was going ahead with 4 long ideas yesterday. So in Aban Offshore and in Indian Bank Futures, those 2 long calls got stopped out. And overall, he was losing close to 13,800 rupees by yesterday's end. Vishal Mulkan, on the other hand, we had 4 long ideas from him as well. State Bank of India, that call was stopped out. The other 3 didn't hit the target or the stop loss, and he maintained that lead with gains of close to 37,800 rupees. And Rakesh Gandhi then, well, we had 1 target hit coming in the form of an Orchid Chemical, and a Reliance Capital was the name that he was stopped out on, and ended the day with a loss of about 1,500 rupees.
Well, it's 54.38 on the Nifty. So what are the trading strategies that our experts are adopting? Let's take it straight to Sanjeev Agarwal to find out. Sanjeev, what are your trading ideas?
Yeah, yesterday the market was struggling very badly on the higher levels, and yes, in the evening also the global cues were fairly negative. And if you see the mid-cap was, cracked yesterday very badly, despite Nifty not losing much of the ground. So what we are seeing, there are so many shares which are going down and not many shares are going up. And on the upside, we are finding very few shares, like it is a very narrow kind of a rally, and all these shares are moving, one by one, so we had taken a weak call, but today market is strong. Despite that, like one Balrampur Chini which had triggered, yesterday it had crashed very badly around 6%, but today the momentum didn't carry on. Other two, like On Mobile and Reliance Capital, are very close to the targets, and the fourth call I have taken is an TPC August feature as a sell, because after a day before yesterday it had given a up move, but it's looking back to go somewhere around 166, 167. So for the day we have kept a target of around 168.35.
Okay, for short areas is what Sanjeev is betting on for this morning. And Vishal, as per the rules of the game, you had to of course retain one counter from yesterday. So tell us about how your portfolio looks today.
Yeah, I have retained Tata Motors from yesterday for the long side, and I have taken 3 new stocks with 1 buy and 2 sells. The buy is Bata, which was given a good move, and it's already outperforming the market since a long time. And I've chosen 2 sell calls, which is one is HDIL and the other is Bajaj Hindustan. Both are looking weak on the chart yesterday, and given a short-term sell call for today at least.
Okay, that's how Vishal's portfolio is looking like. 2 long ideas and 2 short. Let's find out what Rakesh Gandhi has got in store for us. So markets on a tear. Rakesh, what are you recommending?
See, I have recommended 3 buy calls and 1 short call. 3 buy calls are Bank of Baroda, Bata and Hero MotoCorp, and 1 sell call is Reliance Power, and I have given a very short-term targets that is based on a very short-term charts based on technical parameters.
Okay, we've got 3 long ideas and 1 short coming in the form of a Rel Power from Rakesh Gandhi. Let's take it then to Sanjeev first up to get more details behind his picks for today. And Sanjeev, let's start with the Balrampur Chini. And yesterday, of course, it's been a tough day for the sugar companies as a whole, as well, especially after, we had the Agri Minister also talking about how sugar production is likely to be short for the forthcoming season. So what do you think is going to be the play for sugar names going ahead?
See, like Balrampur Chini had moved the fastest among all the lots. So like if you see Renuka Sugar or Bajaj in the and Balrampur Chini, this has appreciated the most. But if you see the chart, there was a positive, negative divergence on the chart, and the chart had cracked very badly, around almost 6% in a day. So we just thought it is likely to continue with some kind of a momentum on the downside, and 61, 62 could have been achievable, but we had kept a target of 62.5. But after opening little weak, there was lots of buying today, and the stop loss got triggered, and we have kept the stop loss just above 66. So I just feel like it is going to be tough for this share to continue to outperform, and we should see some correction. Overall, I am not very bearish on the stock immediately, but for the day I was expecting that it should hit 62.5, but somehow it has not worked for today.
Okay, likely to see correction in Balrampur Chini, although today the counter is on a tear high by 2.5% at 66.2. Vishal Malkan, into his top trading idea, you've retained the Tata Motors from yesterday. A bit shaky on the charts given that it's having resistance at its 200 daily moving average. Where does it head from 246?
Yeah, I have retained Tata Motors because out of the other 4, this was the looking best, and although auto sector is already doing good in this particular week, but as you said, it is facing some resistance around 250. So I think it will may consolidate in this region of 240 to 250 for a few days before it moves up again up on the around targets of 275. But meanwhile, I have retained this with the stop loss of 242 off for targets of 254.
Okay, 0.5% off for a Tata Motors. Right now expecting targets of 275, also possibly in the medium term. What about a Bank of Baroda then, Rakesh? On the charts, it's looking pretty wobbly. It's trading below all those key moving averages, and it's seen a 5% correction over the last month or so.
Yes, as you rightly mentioned, it has seen a correction of 5% in last few weeks. But what I have seen is there was a falling trend line which has been violated yesterday on a intraday chart, that is hourly chart. And I think looking at that technical parameter, that violation of a falling sloping trend line, I believe that it could see higher levels, and it has